4 years ago, a lady who we will call Rachel contacted our office in a very tough position. She had a lot of debt, almost as much as her yearly income, and most of it was at extremely high interest rates. We're talking 20 to 25% interest, which is crazy high. But there was one debt that was even higher than that, at 37% interest. Now, if you've been following us for a while, you might be familiar with the 10-20-70 rule, but if you're new, the 10-20-70 rule is the formula we follow when it comes to building wealth. 10% of your income is yours to keep. This is money you want to keep where it will get guaranteed growth and be accessible to you without fees or penalties. If you have debt, 20% of your income should be used to pay off creditors. The remaining 70% is for living expenses like your mortgage, car payment, student loan payment, food, health insurance, and day-to-day living. When we examined Rachel's income using the 10-20-70 rule, we found some things were out of balance. Rachel wasn't keeping 10% of her income. She didn't even have a cash cushion in case of emergencies. The debt service she was using was taking up 30% of her income, but for taking such a large chunk of her income, she wasn't seeing that much progress in paying the debt off. It was obvious something had to change. During our strategy session with Rachel, she assured us she was serious when it came to her financial future. She didn't like the position she was in and was desirous of making a change for the better. That was a good first step. When it comes to improving your financial situation, it takes 3 things: desire, determination, and discipline. We call these the 3 Ds. After our meeting, we knew Rachel had at least one of the 3 Ds: desire. The next step was for our team to put together a plan for how Rachel could get into the better financial position she desired. We collected all the details for each debt she had, reviewed her income and where it was being spent, and created a customized plan specific to her situation and her goals. I remember it was John and Steven who were working on the debt consolidation and payoff part of the plan, and they were excited to see how quickly the debt could be paid off if Rachel had the determination and discipline to follow the plan. After the details were all worked out, it was time to meet with Rachel again to share the plan with her. Here's what it looked like. Rachel would start funding a participating whole life insurance policy with about 10% of her income. This would start accomplishing the 10% part of the 10-20-70 rule and give her a place for that 10% to earn guaranteed growth and be accessible to her. This left about 4% of her income for a cash cushion to act as an emergency fund. Next, she would begin paying off debt. Now, there are 2 popular strategies out there when it comes to debt payoff. One is called the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debt first and then the next and then the next until you're finally tackling the biggest one. The other method is the avalanche method, which goes for the debt with the highest interest rate first and then the next highest and then the next. And while those strategies can work, we take a different approach. We find out which debts will give the most financial relief, free up the most cash flow, and provide the greatest sense of accomplishment for the one paying them off. And that method has seen incredible results time after time after time. If Rachel followed this plan, she could be free from all consumer debt in 3 years and 6 months. And in doing so, she would also be building a reserve of almost 50% of her annual income that she could use for the future. Rachel was excited. With a glimpse of a brighter debt-free future ahead, she determined to follow the plan. She purchased the life insurance policy, set aside the emergency reserve funds, and diligently began tackling the debt, making the payments according to the plan we had mapped out. Rachel followed this plan diligently for 3 years and 5 months. With 1 month left to go, she decided to do something that was not in the plan. Rachel decided she wanted to be debt-free before the new year. So along the way, she made up an extra month of payment, and in December, she officially became debt-free. But that's just the beginning of the story. Because Rachel diligently followed her plan, she now has a surplus of money that is ready and available to her whenever she might need it. And a need for it has arisen. Rachel wants to buy a car. Rather than applying for a traditional loan, Rachel is going to take money from her surplus amount, purchase the car, and then using the same determination and discipline she exercised to get out of debt and build her surplus fund, she's going to make payments back to herself to replenish her surplus fund so that it will be ready and available for her next opportunity. And the beautiful thing is that even while she's using money from her surplus fund, it will continue to earn guaranteed growth, building for the future, and adding to the amount she can access. Rachel's story is one of resilience and great determination and discipline. Many people may find themselves in situations like Rachel's, but only those who desire a change and are determined and disciplined enough to follow that desire will reap the rewards. We share this story because we know it will give others who are in situations such as this hope and proof that it is possible to make a change. If you are watching this video and would like us to review your situation and help you with a plan for your financial future, call our office, 702 660-7000, or email us, team@mcpheeinsurance.com. Perhaps you know somebody who could use a plan like this. If you do, share this video with them so they too can experience the financial freedom Rachel is now enjoying.